Hey guys, I'm Lukasz.
And I'm Chica.
And we are in Shinjuku, Chica. Doing what? Why are we here?
Shooting zoom blurs.
Yes. So we're gonna learn how to get this photo, okay? And to do that, we're gonna need to use a particular kind of lens. Nothing too special, but what kind of lens are we using today?
Wide angle zoom lens.
Yes, we're using a wide angle zoom lens. You could do it on a long zoom lens, but I find wide angles work pretty well. So this is a crop sensor camera, a Nikon D500 with a 12 to 24 zoom lens, right? So that'll work very well for the zoom blur effect that we want to do today. And have you done this before?
Yes.
Yes? We've done this before. Yeah, I know we've done this before. But we're gonna do it again on camera so that everyone who's watching can learn how to do this as well, okay? So let's walk through the shot,
Yes.
all right?
Let's do that.
Let's raise this up, okay, so we can be in a better shooting position, okay? So first of all, we're gonna do this on manual, okay, because we want perfect control over all the exposure settings. We don't want the camera to mess anything up for us. So let's put the ISO all the way down, okay? Let's keep it nice and low so we have control over the exposure with the time.
100.
Yeah, 100 on this camera, and f8,
F8,
right?
yes.
Pretty small aperture, just to limit the amount of light coming in the camera, so that again we can have a lot of light coming in with the long exposure. Fundamentally, a zoom blur is usually a long exposure shot. Doesn't have to be, but in this case it will be. So how many seconds do you think we should do?
Like 1 or 2.
Like 1 or 2, exactly. So let's do 2. Let's start with 2 for now. Okay, how many seconds we got there? Okay, good. 2. It's already on 2. So point it up there, okay, at the buildings, okay, the awesome buildings there. Change the composition, all right. There you go. All right, perfect. Okay. Take one photo without zooming for now. I always take one first just to make sure my exposure is correct and all that, so we just take one. Okay, see how that looks? Okay. Looks
Great.
pretty good. Yeah, perfect. So from there, let's do the zoom. So
Okay.
let me do one first just to show you how I like to do it. And then of course you can try a bunch as well. So what I always do is I push the shutter, and as soon as the shutter clicks, I'm already basically zooming a little bit. So I'm gonna shoot and then I'm gonna zoom. And I continue to turn the zoom until the photo's done. I never stop because I like it to be very smooth like that. See that? Okay?
Great.
So go ahead, you try. You can try that way, you can try other ways, and we'll get a whole bunch of different results, and then we'll put all of those on screen so you guys can see the different ways that you can shoot this photo. All right? All right, guys. So we put the tripod away, and we're gonna do this zoom blur thing another way.
Okay.
All right? Just by hand. But can you hold the camera perfectly steady for 2 seconds in your hands?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I know I can't. I don't think many people can.
Can you?
I'm not gonna try.
Okay,
I'm not accepting the challenge because I don't think I can. I think it'll be blurry. So we need to speed up our shutter speed to do it by hand, but still have it slow enough so that we can get enough time to do the zoom, right? So I think it's going to work pretty well around a 15th of a second.
15.
15th, yeah. So you can put the time on a 15th, okay? And we could actually do the math to do the exposure, right? We were on 2 seconds, right? So I'm going to do the math, and then we'll see if that's correct. So from 2, we just count how many times we're doubling the exposure or having it. So from 2 seconds, we go to 1 second,
1.
half a second, quarter of a second, eighth of a second, 15th of a second. So that's 5 stops.
Okay.
So you could do the same changes on the aperture and ISO, okay? So let's do 2 on the aperture. So that's going to be f4, right? Because we're on 8 now. So we're going to go 8 to, from 8 we're going to go 4 or 5.6 and 4. That's 2. And then on the ISO, it's going to start on 100, go to 200, 400, 800.
800. Oh,
Okay? And let's see if I'm right. Take a picture of that. All right, just take a picture of the same thing we were shooting by hand now.
Like this?
Yeah, either way you want. Okay? And how does the exposure look?
Oh.
The same.
Great.
So there you go. So that's a little side point. That's reciprocity. That's how you would balance the different exposure settings, shutter, aperture, and ISO in this case. Anyway, now we are on a 15th and we have the same exposure. Okay? And let me hold the camera for a second. All right, let me take over for a moment, and I'll show you how I do this. So there's the way we've done it already is to take a picture, and you would just really quickly zoom in as you shoot, and you get a blur. Okay, right? We'll show that on the screen, of course. But one way that I learned from a friend of mine, actually, this guy I know in the UK, is you don't turn the lens, you spin the camera instead. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture, and I'm gonna spin the camera. Okay?
Oh, it looks different.
Yeah, it looks totally different. You get this swirl effect. Okay, there we go. See that?
That's interesting.
Now you try. Okay, try just like hold it over from the top. Okay, don't hold the focus ring.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just the zoom ring. Yeah, and then there you go. And I think you have to do it more soon. Like you should already be starting to kind of move.
Okay.
Because you only have a 15th of a second. It's very fast, actually, right? That's great. That's an awesome one. Fantastic.
I did
All right.
it.
Okay. Very good.
Oh, I love it.
Perfect. So there you go. Now you know how to do a swirl blur, or a twirling zoom blur, or something like that. I don't know what to call this, but that's how you do it.
Oh,
Okay?
This is fun.
I'm glad this is fun. Very good. Okay, so what'd you think?
It was so much fun.
Good. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're not just saying that, right?
Yeah, I learned something new.
You did learn something new, right? In the beginning, we thought I already taught you this, and I did, but the twirling thing, that's new, right? You didn't see that before. Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. So you can always learn something new, even when you think you already know the technique. And it just goes to show you got to experiment, try new stuff, and of course get some tips from somebody to, that's how you can pick stuff up. That's the point of these videos. Okay? All right. Please subscribe to our channel, and remember, always challenge your eye.